Hey guys, LeMay's Legacy is here. I don't even know if I will eventually post this or not, but I'm on a different wavelength and I just wanted to see if anybody else ever feels this way. You're doing meditation and all of a sudden you see triangles. You see triangles as far as the eye can see. It almost looks like a Stargate. And as you start to look into it, it just goes into other worlds, other dimensions. And each time you see you, but it's like you're playing dress up. You look older, you look younger, you're a different race or whatever, but you know each time that you see yourself in that person. This kind of goes along with the egg theory that my husband's always, well, not always, but has showed me a couple times. The idea that all of us are preparing to be gods. Some of us are already there. And that this entire experience is just us. Now, I'm not pushing my views on you, I'm simply saying this was a really badass meditation. And sometimes you feel like you're super powerful, and other times you're not quite sure. In those moments, I implore you to find something that makes you powerful again, so that way you're not doubtful about it. Before you go for a job interview, paint. Before you go on a first date, dance. Do something that you can control, so that way if something happens during that date or whatever, you don't have this rage built up. We are emotional people, men and women, or however you associate. People in general. Humans. We're emotional, because at our core, we're primal. We don't throw feces at each other, well, some of us don't. We don't scream at each other, like actually lion roaring, but in a way we do. So, from a sociology point of view and a psychology point of view, if you can study one, then you can study all. And that's how I feel when I meditate. Like everyone becomes so small, and I'm this giant microscope looking into them. Anywho, this was just a little snippet. I don't know if I'll post it, but if any of this resonated with you, write me. Tell me what you think of. Maybe a collective consciousness is really just all of us writing down what we feel and what we see and creating our own book. A book of perspectives. A book of how we see the world. Thank you for watching. Bye. Hey guys. There's way too many of you, so I thought I would just make an actual video. I miss you guys a lot. And life is very tumultuous right now for most of us. You are in my prayers. You are in my thoughts. I send love and light to all of you as I meditate. I try and heal as much chakras as I can. We all just need to pull together and learn how to heal ourselves and heal others right now. Keep being wonderful. Miss you guys. Love ya. Red. You ever have that moment where you don't want to speak regular? It's like your mind just takes over and you can't switch back. I was speaking British last night, joking around with my husband, and now it won't go away. It might have been the big fat pointy that we just had, but still, it won't go away. Does anybody else have those feelings? I just feel like today is going to be a great day. Just feel that way. I just feel the vibes and the energies and the love, and it's what I want. But I think you guys, yeah. I have voices in my head. So these voices in my head, they tell me what it needs to be done and what needs to be said. It is like having your own hierarchy up there. You've got your elder, you've got your Gandalf character, your hobbits, your elves, all of it. It's literally like Lord of the Rings is in my head. Sometimes I act like a dwarf. I'm angry, stomp, and those are my like Tinkerbell moments or tink bombs, right? Other times most of the time I'm very intelligent, thought out. I'm a little bit, passive, and I'm gonna find a way to get away from the violence and bring out the truth and the love, and that's the elvish side of me, my hippie side. I do have a human side, and I do enjoy human pleasures and things like that. Now, as a hobbit, I've never been a thief. I've never been anything like that, but I do like sneaking in and out and doing things like that, so that's the hobbit in me. Does anybody else feel like they've read a book and this book is just their life, right? Like absolute life. I love Lord of the Rings. I had a Lord of the Rings wedding. So when I get into patterns with people, and it's literally like I see Lord of the Rings in my head and I break everything down into characters and how I feel. Now this is a sign of someone who's supposed to be a producer, someone who's supposed to be a writer. I've been journaling since I was 12 and I'm going to do something with it. I'm getting it published at 40 no matter what. But I do these accents, I do these expressions. I was a model for so long. Like, I love the idea of being famous as an ego, but as a soul, I hate it. I want to inspire people, not be a commodity. I want people to know who I am and my words do something in that moment, not something that, that a bloody wanker for. Expect more of these because I have a feeling that this is going to be I think the most beautiful thing about art is just expression. It can let you be a completely different person. You literally are creating your world. And when you're able to do that, it's able to heal you. As that moment is your life that you're running from. And yeah, I'm not telling you to leave your life, no, but try and bring out that you've got this ability to be in control. I can change accents on whim. I can put makeup on. I can do different wigs, different hairstyles, express myself differently. I can paint whatever I want. I can play whatever I want on the piano. Having control of the things in our life gives us some purpose. Being a parent, you have control over that little one's life. And that control shows you have responsibility. Those of us that aren't parents yet, we're searching for that responsibility. It can be that your life is mundane to most, but you love it. It can be that you feel lack when really all you have is abundance. In this world, we're only what we believe us to be. So if you believe in positivity, if you believe in love, if you believe in absolutes and things are wonderful and magic and universal tactics, then maybe your viewpoint will be a little more hippie, a little more skewed, but you'll be who you are. If you're more assertive, if you're more conservative, if you're more, this is how it wasn't back in my day and I'm gonna be this way now, then, and it's just describing personality types. It doesn't mean that you're that person. As at one point, we all are everyone around us, at one point. And this goes back to the egg theory that I brought up a few times ago. Never have I watched a video where I felt so understood. My husband showed it to me 2 years ago and loved it. The ideologies that go behind whether it is going to be like real things or if it's myth or if it's something that is an ancient, telling, everything's been brought down some way, Stories are really all we have on this planet. And now we can record ourselves. I'm sitting over here high as a bloody kite and I'm going off on everything that's popping in my head. And I don't want to go downstairs and record on my webcam in a cold room. So instead I'm going to actually record up here. And I'm going to do voices and accents and talk about things that I want to talk about. And this is to try and inspire those. Because Vernacular is actually really sexy. When someone has a different accent, it'll reach out to someone different. And I can do accents because I am a chameleon. I truly believe that my production or purpose on this planet, other than being a twin flame, is to be everything that someone needs me to be so that I can inspire them. My voice is not for hire, but it is here to inspire, and inspire I do. And it will start with you. Thank you for watching LeMay's Legacies. Like and subscribe below. If I resonated anything with you, I would love to know. I'll be honest, for just a split second, I'm actually seeing the love of Snapchat, because you're able to just talk in that moment and get out what you need to say. It's not a text, it's not talking on the phone. I get it, it's convenience right away. But sometimes when you aren't able to see physical, it's beautiful for you to write down what you're feeling. Or sending a long message or text, or my favourite is the voice to text. I literally talk, it presses play, they press play, and my voice comes out. It's beautiful. We are all in this together. It's this giant roller coaster of good times and bad times, and that's life. But what you focus on is what you'll get more out. So focus on having that beautiful love that you've always wanted but never allowed yourself to have. Focus on truth and admiration and understanding. Focus on helping others, being grateful. Focus on the blessings. Focus on everything that is in your life, and you'll get more of it. Because when you respect and appreciate things around you, you get more of it. Same to a person. If a person feels appreciated, they do more than they need to. Why? Because they know that they will be reciprocated. If you truly want to help people, you won't care if you get anything back. But if you do, all you feel is maybe you inspired them to be something that they normally are not. That's all I want out of the world. It's for someone to literally do something that we've never done. And I know that I dropped a little bit of water, just a little bit of water to start it. I just want to be a catalyst. I want to be that thing that you've never had before, and it starts something in you. It opens up a door, something inside you that bursts with tears, letting go all of your doubts and fears. And in this circle, in this protection spell, you will eradicate all of your living hell, your psychological warfares, and everything you've been through. This is something that you have to get rid of. This is something you have to do. If you really want to understand who I am inside, then all you need to do is simply write hi. I'm an open book, most that know me. But the problem is, now I'm having to stop and hiding, you see. I'm becoming Anne Frank, writing a diary only one shall know, as I grow. Things like that happen to me from time to time when I'm high. Talking rhymes. Bye. I've never heard of this before in my bloody life, but for some reason, whenever I recall, my audio is just going away for no reason. I don't remember what I was talking about, and this keeps happening. I feel like I'm a doorway, and certain entities feel me and know that I am powerful and near, and they use whatever power they can to try and manifest themselves to me or show me themselves. But I had this idea that I would just do this in my bedroom and go ahead and, when I'm feeling like this, record things I might want to say, so that way when I go down there and I want to paint, I can just put my music on and just put these clips on. So it kind of shows like how I feel without having to talk the whole time, because I'm trying to learn how people respond to it. And yeah, it does sound like an experiment, and it is kind of, because how people react and how people connect is a lot to let you know how to inspire them. When you're a manager and you have 3 different type of learners, one that is extremely hard-headed, won't hear anything, one that is a go-getter that wants to do everything, and one that's a people pleaser, you're going to treat all 3 of them differently. Same as parenting. Watching the show 70s Show, I laughed my ass off, because in a way I'm very much like Red, but I'm also like Kitty and a little bit like Midge. So I've got a lot inside of me, and I don't really know when it's going to come out, you know. By doing this, I'm learning different teaching abilities, teaching techniques, and I'm thinking of applying it to my own life, and using it on people to help. But hopefully this worked this time, hopefully. I was talking to me mumsy the other day, and she mentioned how I'm basically a nowadays Dear Abby. I really didn't know how I felt about it at first, but now really thinking about it, my mother finally understands me. See, growing up, I got a couple stories that showed that I definitely wasn't the normal 6-year-old child. Yes, I did things like, scary things to my Barbie doll, and yes, I was involved in the craft at a very early age, but able to move things with my mind, and I felt very different. But the main thing that I loved was helping people. I loved the idea of being able to bring someone peace, whereas before they only saw chaos. One time, my mother had a friend over. I had no idea, nobody had no idea, that she had recently had a really, really bad week. She lost her grandmom, a few other relatives. I walked over to her at 5 years old, hugged her, and said, "They all want you to be happy, and they love you, little bumblebee." My mother, to this day, will bring up that story and say she knew then that her daughter was different. Whether it was the ghost that I was seeing that told me, I don't remember. I was 5 years old, just came out my mouth. Children are really just orators for the spirits that be, because we believe in them, meaning children, and it's a little bit easier because the pathway is open. Whether you're a Christian or Wiccan or whatever, what have you, you all believe there's something else than yourselves, yeah? So that's all I'm saying, is that there's something other than yourself that is out there. I want to be a counsellor to those that need it. I want to do 2 different practices. I want to have one for behavioural science for abused children and show them that the rainbow is still existent, even though right now they're in a big storm. And then I want to do another practice for Reiki, for healers, for baby witches, for people that are not quite sure where they fit in this world. Feeling like I'm an eternal black sheep, I want to prove that I know what I mean. And I want to help. And what's sucky is, in order to help, sometimes you have to prove. Normally, I would hate something like this. A big old see me moment. But the way I see it now is that my memories and my communication and everything, it's not fluent all the time. Sometimes I'll tell somebody, a couple weeks ago, and really it's more than 7 years ago, because I don't think in time. I really don't. I think that's why I don't age. But I'm 32, but sometimes I'm 18. I'm 32, but sometimes I'm 15. It's like, because of the fact that I'm able to step into memories, I can literally be in that moment. And that's why I think that my husband and I, we have such a strong bond, because we were best friends for so long and friends for 11 years that we built up all that. He saw me ugly cry, he saw me get suicidal, he saw my scariness, he saw all my darkness while I was only trying to show everybody else the light. In relationships, we wear masks, especially when you're trying to find out if that person will accept you or not. And it's sad because you have to lie in order to tell the truth. But I'm not like that. I tell people right away, I'm a witch. I see things. I don't understand the world we're in. I see a different one. I see it right next to each other. It's like a layover that I can't really push away. It's like a filter that I see. But I'm honest with people. And I've gotten in trouble because of it. Not me in trouble, but just people. So, unfortunately, the truth is, you have to lie to be able to tell the truth, because you have to know what they'll accept. But I have people in my life who accept me at my darkest, and I'm so thankful for them, and they're my soul tribe. I love with all my heart my Wolfie, my husband, my twin flame. I love with all my heart my Queenie, my best friend, my mermaid Lagatha, my best friend, my wifey, my best friend, my Raspy and Paulie. I love them. Family, people that really matter. My Arnie, my sister, my blood sister. Like, we took a long time to get where we are. I'm really proud of us. And I'm really proud of what you can accomplish once you realise who you are.
And that's why I think I'm doing these videos, because sometimes there's going to be days I don't feel like recording, going down there and painting or playing on the piano. So instead I'll just have a bunch of these where I've collected them. I know about two things, what is really things I want to talk about. And those are the other days where I want to talk and talk and talk.
And that'll be when I put my webcam on and just start painting, and whatever comes to my mind comes to my mind. But personally, I like it where it's talk and then teach. Talk and then teach. I'm an auditory learner, so I absolutely love that. But there are a lot that are visual learners. For instance, if I were to do makeup, I would probably speed it up just to show you it. But there might some that want to do a step-by-step process. They might want to. People are into all kinds of different things nowadays because we are in a nation where people are basically on 24/7. This great movie I watched when I was younger, Ed TV, that's 2020, that's 2019, that's 2018. There isn't much that we don't show. And for people to want privacy, that's good.